What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Thursday, 20th day of November 2025. My name is Nick. I present to you Radio's Big J.
Hello.
Hello to you, Big J. And a happy Thursday to you and yours.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're welcome. Anytime. If you ever need me to wish you any kind of happiness for any particular day of the week, give me a holler. I'll happily do it. I don't care if it's a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday. You'll probably get some pushback for me on like a Saturday or Sunday. Just because it's a weird thing to like text me out of nowhere, but I'll still do it.
Hey, can you wish me a happy Sunday?
This Sunday?
No, I mean just in general.
Oh, you want me to do it on
yeah.
a Thursday?
Yeah.
Does it have the same kind of...
No, it doesn't.
All right. I'll do it, though, if you want.
I just want to get that day covered.
Hey, happy Sunday, dude.
Hey, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure you are. Lots of football coming up this weekend, you know?
Hood.
Although your team's not playing. They play on Monday. You're going to be hosting the Monday night game. Watching your team play on Monday Night Football.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Why?
Because then I have to see if it goes bad. I have to watch the whole thing.
You'd watch it anyway. If you had
No,
a
if it's going bad these days, I eject early.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can't take it.
Well, it's against the Carolina Panthers, so I do like
That's even worse.
Oh, no. What do you mean?
I don't know. They've had some moments this year.
They are 6-5. They are above 500. They're
The
coming
Niners' defense is in shambles, and so Dowdle going to run all over
All right.
the Niners.
So you think the Carolina Panthers are going to win on Monday?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't have high expectations.
You think it's going to be a shootout is what you're saying. You expect the Panthers to put up some points against your team.
I do.
Well, we'll see if you're right. And if you want to sit next to Big J and watch him stress a little bit, he's going to be out of McCleary's on State Street on Monday doing the Monday Night Football party. You can win some stuff from the X-Rock stock. You can win some stuff from McCleary's. You can win some stuff from 10 Barrel Pub Beer. You can win some stuff from all sorts of things. It's really cool. So come on out and join Big J on Monday and put it on your agenda of things to do.
Please.
You might watch a grown man literally break down in front of you because he can't handle it anymore, but he is contractually obligated to be there for the full game. And so he wants to eject, but he can't. You see? It's like the absolute duality of man. He loves football, hates when his teams lose, but can't go anywhere.
You come in late. Don't be surprised we're watching NBA basketball.
That's when you know things are really desperate. If Big J's watching NBA basketball, it's gone.
At the beginning of the season?
It's gone sideways. For sure. Today on the show, we're going to have a guest, Big J. Our friend Des Rocks is going to be on our show. He's got a brand new song out called This Land is Attached to Borderlands 4. We'll get all the deets. We'll catch up with our friend. We'll see what Desmond's up to and give everybody a nice little update on Des Rocks, one of the coolest people in rock. And looking forward to having him around these parts if we can ever make that happen.
Damn right.
That's going to happen a little bit after 8:30 this morning. We're very geeked up about that. We also have a chance for you to go to Trivium this very next weekend. As a matter of fact, it's happening at the Rev Center along with Ginger. We got your tickets for that. We want to get somebody qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure. We're going to play the Naughty List around 7:45 or so. We're going to get a nerd alert from Big J. We're going to go to hell. It's going to be a hell of a Thursday, if you don't mind me invoking that word twice.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
And we also play some Faith No More, which we're doing so right now. It's the morning after with Nick and Big J on the X-Rocks. Well, Big J, it's that time of year, my friend. The holidays are upon us.
Yep.
Are you prepared? Are you ready?
No, I don't think so.
Well, maybe one thing that will get you into the season's feelings, if you will, is the 41st year of the St. Alphonsus Festival of Trees, dude.
Oh, yeah, that'll always do it.
It'll return on November 26th through the 30th, so it's about a week away. But this year, the festival is adding a new wrinkle to things. They are going to add online bidding for the decorated trees, wreaths, and holiday decor that are up as part of the Festival of Trees. So if you are interested in doing so, you can jump on the St. L's website and begin bidding on November 26th. That's next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And if you want a large tree, you're bidding for that. That's going to close on Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. But the wreaths, tabletops, and other decor items will remain open until Monday, December 1st at noon. And then you can use those particular items, if you win the bid, to decorate your home with the St. Alphonsus Festival of Trees things. Proceeds of the festival are going to benefit the St. Alphonsus Heart Institute. And attendees can also take part in the People's Choice Award. You can vote for your favorite tree or your favorite display during the general exhibition. And you can pass on some great awards to your fellow community members here in the Treasure Valley. So it's a really cool, really festive event. And they're adding the online element to it. If you want to take part and do some bidding, you certainly can. How cool is that, Big J?
Yeah, man.
So that's going to begin next week, and you can take part. And also, of course, you're benefiting St. L's Heart Institute, which is a great thing to do as well. helping people when they're having tough moments in their lives. So pretty cool. Happy 41st year to Festival of Trees. It's official. Shedeur Sanders is going to get his first start at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. It'll come against the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. Sanders is going to be the 42nd starter for the Browns since they returned to the NFL in 1999, which is hard to really wrap my head around. That is the most by far for starting quarterbacks for any team in the NFL during that time frame, which is the last really 26 years. Big J, do you know what team has started the second most quarterbacks in that same amount of time? Browns number 1 at 42. Who comes in at number 2?
Coming in at number 2, who has had a difficult time? I'm going to go with the New York Jets.
No. The
God, they gotta be up.
Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They have started 30 quarterbacks in that time.
Jesus.
So, yeah, the Browns are 12 ahead of them in that particular time frame, which is a lot of quarterbacks. They've had some problems there in Cleveland for sure. But hey, listen, man, I mean, this is one of those deals where you don't know. The Vegas Raiders have made everybody look like Johnny Unitas this year, so maybe Shedeur Sanders has a crazy good game, and people think he's the answer. I don't know. He did not look good against the Ravens, I'll say that. Came in with the lead and let it slip away and did not basically lead the team to any points whatsoever.
Yeah, well, based on his attitude, he doesn't seem to be like somebody who really is locked in as a backup quarterback. So maybe this week will be different. He's getting all of his snaps in practice, all the reps, all that stuff. But yeah, other than having to, avoid Max Crosby, he should have a decent game.
You'd hope. It all depends on how that line holds up, though. So we will see how it comes together on Sunday for the Browns and the Raiders. Big J, there's been like 4 or 5 iterations of this particular property, but have you ever been a Stargate fan?
Just the movie.
The Kurt Russell
Yeah,
one.
the Kurt Russell movie, and that's about it. James Spader.
Amazon has greenlit a new Stargate television series with Martin Giro. He's the guy behind Blind Spot and Quantum Leap as the writer, executive producer, and showrunner. The project will stream on Prime Video. He also worked on the original franchise, this Martin guy did. And his first job in television was working on Stargate Atlantis. That was the MacGyver version of Stargate, if you remember.
Yeah.
And he said he spent 5 years working on that franchise, so it's always been a dream to actually be a part of this in another game. He said that his favorite movie of all time, Big J, the 1994 Stargate film starring James Spader and Kurt Russell. And then he loved Stargate SG-1, and so to turn it into Atlantis was like a dream come true, and now we got another Stargate series coming our way.
Look out, everybody.
I never got into it myself either. I thought the movie was interesting, but I don't remember much about it other than they passed through a Stargate. And there were aliens involved, right? And there were like bright lights?
Yes.
That's all I remember about Stargate.
There was more to it.
I'm sure. I'm positive. Wasn't that a Roland Emmerich joint?
Yeah, I believe
Independence
so,
Day?
yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. It is the X Rocks. Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, it's nice to know that even in these modern times, we still can be as delusional as ever. And, of course, we all love our children. We all want the best and most awesome things for them, correct?
Yeah.
But we may have set the bar a little high for some of our kids. There is new research that reveals, according to a survey of about 40,000 parents, 17% of parents out there believe their child will someday play professional sports. Now, that's probably, in my opinion, the definition of living vicariously through your kid and wanting that for them. But the reality of the situation is less than 2% of American children will make any kind of money, period, professional or otherwise, playing a sporting event. And so it's pretty low that that's going to happen. We all want that for our kids. But, if you see them out there dominating Pee Wee soccer, you automatically think, oh, my God, I'm giving birth to the next Rolando.
Look out.
Look at this dude rolling around out there, all coked up. And 72% of parents that have kids that take part in youth sports feel like their kid is the best person on the field. So obviously there's some delusionment there as well. That can't be true. It's just the math doesn't add up. But parents are spending more money than ever and more time than ever in their child's athletic activities.
Too much time.
Equipment costs more than ever on average. If your child is in any kind of youth sports, you're throwing down at least $800 a year on whatever kind of fees or uniforms or whatever that kids are playing with. And then some families spend almost $5,000 per year if their kids are traveling, if they're on some sort of team or whatever. And then athletes and parents experience burnout twice yearly from pressure and exhaustion as well. And then on top of that, Big J, the burnout factor on kids that are on those really good teams is incredibly high. Like, there's a lot of pressure placed on those 6, 7, and 8-year-olds that are on those traveling teams.
Yeah.
And it makes them hate that sport, even if they're good at it. It's just something that they get sick of because it's their identity for all of these years, and it's tough to do. So 92% of parents out there would love their kids to play a sport. 72% think their kid's the best at it. In reality, it's just not going to pan out. But we are spending more time and more money on sports than ever because, listen, eventually we want what's best for our kid. We want them to go down a good path. Sports can sometimes be that, but sometimes it's us putting those expectations on our kids. You know what I mean? And rarely are we sitting at, I mean, listen, of course there's kids out there that absolutely love it, can't wait to play, are totally into it. But the number of people that are just like, listen, I used to love baseball, and then it was all I did for 4 years, and now I can't stand it anymore.
Yep.
And that becomes a thing too. So just, listen, let kids be kids sometimes.
I mean, that exact thing happened to my daughter, Maddie, who was
great at golf, right?
Amazing at golf, and she got in early and, was part of a, a private club here in town. And then, through high school was really good. But, she kind of hated it at the end because she just felt like there was pressure there, and we weren't really pressuring her, but I can't imagine what she would have if we were really up in her butt about it. But she could have gotten a college scholarship if she really had wanted to do that. But, at the end of the day, it's like what your kid would, you don't want to see them hate what they do.
Right.
So you're like, okay.
Right.
And now she doesn't even relate to golf, which sucks because she is an excellent teacher. She can help somebody fix their swing. It's pretty cool.
Just suck the passion right out of her, right?
Yeah.
And that can happen sometimes. So you got to be
me
careful.
Yelling on the 18th green.
And talking
in the hole!
Talking about it on the radio all the time. What a great golfer your kid is. But did you ever have any visions that she could go pro one day?
No, I don't know about pro.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing, because I was realistic. I knew how much time she spent practicing, which was none. And I'm like, if she actually cared and practiced, maybe the world could have been her oyster, but that wasn't what she wanted to do. And you know what? Here's the lesson here, is that it's turned out great for her. She's married, she has a house, she has a great job that she really likes, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, look at her now, right?
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick.
So what? I'm poor.
And Big J, big deal. I'm not living
So
off
what?
my
I don't
kids.
have LPGA dad money,
So what? I'm not cashing my kids' royalty checks from her endorsement.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares? I'm not forcing my way into her commercials for her endorsements.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. You got a nerd alert coming your way next on the X-Rocks.
Well, hey, Christmas is around the corner, and if you're looking for a gift for a gamer, this may be a new idea. New console plays original N64 cartridges, Nick. Retro gamers rejoice. A new console called the Analog 3D plays all those Nintendo 64 cartridges you may still have. The engineers designed this thing to bring the old games to life on modern TVs. They even included a pair of tiny cartridge cleaners, which require just a little to swipe to freshen up the dust and grime off the metal pins, if you remember. It's got 4 ports there for controllers, Nick. It even has Bluetooth adaptability, so you can throw in a Bluetooth controller if you want. So this is one of those fantastic things. If you want to get in some GoldenEye, here's a great opportunity.
Only plays N64 games?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks very close to the N64. I did not see a price in this, but I'm not imagining it's not super expensive.
No, probably
not. That might be an option. Nick, the Game Awards of 2024 are in the books, and it brought in a heap of exciting news, including trailers from The Witcher 4. You've got Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, as well as which is a new space adventure from Naughty Dog. And in addition to that, we have our first glimpse of what's coming in the world of gaming. The show also looked back honoring the outstanding games and developers who make them. So we have the winners here, and 6 games were nominated for the top prize, Nick. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor, Refastazino, and Elden Ring Shadow of Entry, with Astrobot taking home the top prize.
Wait, that was last year. That was last year's awards.
That's weird. Why? You're right. It is the weird.
Sorry.
No, you're right about
your
that.
nerd alert.
I don't know why that was. Okay. Yeah, you did ruin it. Hopefully that'll.
I mean, it doesn't. Those are factual things.
Yeah,
that Big
I
J
was like,
reported.
even as I was saying, I'm like, gosh, that sounds so familiar. but why is this? It's like at the top of the news on my news
I
list.
think they just announced the nominees. I don't think they've done the actual. Well, I mean, maybe they did, or maybe the nominees had the trailers, right?
Yeah, that could be. Either way, I flubbed that one.
That's
Honestly,
okay.
there hasn't been a whole lot of news and Nerd Alert because every game is pushed back until Infinity.
Yeah, like everything sucks right now when it comes to gaming.
Here's what isn't messed up and something that you will be interested in. The Ghost of Yotei, Nick.
I loved it.
It's set for a new Game Plus mode on November 24th alongside a free patch. Now, Sony has announced that you can expect a harder difficulty, Nick, new armor sets and weapon dyes with the ability to replay missions and the new accessibility options. So, as detailed by a PlayStation blog post, the Game Plus will let you replay Astu's quest from the beginning with everything you earn throughout the campaign. And yes, that means it's time to bring a gun to a sword fight with all the armors, abilities, and weapons from your first playthrough available from the start of the game. So I don't know if that's something that interests you, but a lot of those things can be fun.
Usually, I have to give myself some space before I'll go and do a new Game Plus, but I really did enjoy that game a lot. That's just fantastic. It's a terrific game. I'm excited to dive back into the world, and much like its predecessor, it's absolutely beautiful as well. It's a gorgeous game.
Yeah, and on games like this, it really is. It's nice to be able to take the stuff you earned and go back and just kick everybody's ass from the beginning. It's always fun.
It is true. But I tell you what, that game has some of the toughest boss fights that I have ever faced in my game. Like, I mean, there's a couple in there that was like, damn, it took me a while to get through. I can't imagine what they would be like on an even more difficult level. But I'm excited.
So far, no news on how well the Black Ops 7 is going. I know I did see that its concurrent gamer files haven't been nearly as large this time around, especially with this being the second game released with the Xbox Game Pass being free to play, and I also haven't played it at all. So.
I've heard a lot of hate for it. I have not heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, I think it probably deserves it. But anyways, there is your Nerd Alert.
Thank you, Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff. We also have your We're Going to Hell story, and we got to get somebody qualified for the X Holiday Treasure. It's all on the way on the X Rocks. Important stuff brought to you by Be Our Guest tomorrow, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Head there, grab $50 worth of the brand new place Churro Bros for just $25 while supplies last at xrock.com beginning at 9. If you're unfamiliar, maybe you remember the Churro Bros food truck. It's been around for a while. They now have a physical location. It's right off of the 10-mile exit on I-84, and it is awesome if you want churros. Obviously, they got you covered. They also can stuff the churros with whatever you want. We're talking about like strawberry stuff or some jam or some delicious Nutella. There's all sorts of cool things you can do. And then you can serve them with ice cream on top, make like a churro sundae action going on, brownies, cake. It's basically a one-stop dessert stop. So if you're looking for a sweet treat, Be Our Guest at Churro Bros. You can grab yourself $50 worth for just $25 at xrock.com tomorrow. Hey, be our guest, everybody.
Yeah.
Big J, we are getting to the point where everybody is going to start, including us idiots, talking about New Year's resolutions, you know?
Yep.
It's the beginning of 2026. What can I do? New year, new me, etc., etc. But of course, we always talk about the success rate of New Year's resolutions, and they're not exactly great. So how can you increase your likelihood of having a successful New Year's resolution? How about you soft launch that son of a gun?
Soft launch? What does that mean, Nick?
Basically installing a behavior change in yourself in like November or December. So like you're not going at it full bore at the new year. You're giving yourself a couple of months to warm up to it. Go, listen, I'm tired of being this way. I want to save some changes. Maybe I'm tired of having those 3 or 4 breakfast beers, and I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe I stop in November, and then when I go new year, new me, I'm not touching that stuff before noon. Those are my rules. It's a little bit easier for you to do, and you have a higher success rate.
I like it.
53% of people that were able to soft launched their New Year's resolution saw greater success than those who didn't. So it's a decent percentage amount. I mean, we've talked about the flawed premise of a New Year's resolution anyway. That I believe that's part of the problem. It's why they're so far down. But why not give yourself a little bit of a head start and make things a little bit easier for you? Of course, the most common New Year's resolutions, Big J, eating healthier, exercising more. And neither of those things are fun per se, which is why the success rate's so low on New Year's resolutions. Nobody says for New Year, I want to drink more. You know what I mean?
Right.
I need to eat more processed foods.
I need it, man.
I'm only eating fast food like 2-3 times a week. I got to kick that up to 5 if I want to get to where I want to be. So usually it's some improvement stuff that takes the fun and easy parts out of it. But listen, if it takes a New Year's resolution to want to change your ways and make yourself better, I'm all for it. I think it's a fallacy doing it for New Year's. You can change those particular habits anytime you want to, which is kind of the premise of soft launching, I think. But hey, whatever helps you get to a better place. Agree or disagree?
Yeah,
Big J?
totally.
Major League Baseball has secured a new 3-year media rights agreement with NBC, Netflix, and ESPN following the end of ESPN's 35-year run with national games. So now NBC Sports will be taking over the Sunday Night Baseball and wildcard rights, creating year-round Sunday programming with the NFL, NBA, and MLB games on NBC. Netflix will broadcast the annual Home Run Derby, the opening night game, and the revived Field of Dreams game in Iowa. And then ESPN retains 30 regular season games and acquires MLB.TV streaming service, gaining exclusive local streaming rights for 6 teams, including the Padres and the Guardians. So we'll see where this goes. But your Major League Baseball television landscape is about to change, Big J. Do you think it being on Netflix or maybe even Peacock will it being more in front of you, maybe more turn you into more of a baseball fan, or you'll just ignore it like you do anything else?
I don't know. I'm rarely using Netflix these days. So,
well, yeah, because you get commercials.
Well, just in general. Not a lot on there that I need to see. So I doubt that this will
All right.
turn the Major League Baseball page for me.
It might for others, though. We'll see how it all comes together. Big J, I am sure you're aware that HBO is rebooting the Harry Potter franchise, yes?
Harry Potter, yes.
They have casted little tiny teeny Dominic McLaughlin as the new Harry Potter in the HBO coming series reboot. But Daniel Radcliffe, of course, now and forever will always be the original Harry Potter. But he was on Good Morning America and he said, you know what, just to, kind of show everything's cool, he wrote a letter to McLaughlin and told him best of luck, gave him a little bit of advice. And of course, then a little Dominic sent him a letter back. And so we have 2 Harry Potters, Big J, on good terms. Isn't that nice?
That's nice.
It's always good when one person signs off. I mean, it's not like Daniel Radcliffe's upset that somebody else is playing the role. He's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do. And so this is interesting. We're going to see the debut of it in 2027, so we still have a while before we go. But those of you that are curious, it's already set. They're filming a ton of it in advance. Each season is going to cover one book. You understand?
Yeah.
And so it's going to take 10 years to put this series together because that's how many. I mean, I think there's 8 books, but they're splitting a couple of them up. But it's still going to be a lot of production because they're not going to do one a year kind of a thing,
right.
But that's how it's going to be happening. So they're going to get really into the details, I imagine, and the inertia of each and every Harry Potter book, which I don't know how much the movies miss because I've only watched one movie and I've never read the books. But hey, I imagine this makes some Harry Potter fans happy, right?
Yeah.
And others so angry they could spit. So who knows?
It's always the case.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We got your We're Going to Hell action next on the X. Come on home with me, Big J. Come on home, dude.
Come on home.
We
to
are
Wisconsin?
To Montana for today's.
Oh, my home.
That's right. We're going to Big J's home.
Where at Montana?
Butte, or just outside of it.
Yeah, just not far away.
Have you ever heard of Beaverhead National Forest, Big J?
Yeah, I believe I have.
It's about 12 miles south of Butte, as a matter of fact. It's a gigantic, beautiful national forest that's got tons of giant trees, tons of branches, a huge forest floor. But if you happen to wander off trail on like a hike or you navigate over and under debris and don't pay attention to where you're going, maybe you end up in a place known as Deadfall, which is a very dangerous part of that particular park. That hike can prove to be a challenge in daylight. But now, Big J, close your eyes and imagine facing that challenge in the dark.
Oh, no.
That was one of the challenges faced recently by a 60-year-old Illinois man who had wandered off the hiking path in the foothills of the Highland Mountains on November the 14th. It was pitch black outside. So that's, first of all, he's out in the middle of the night. And he said he was, quote, surprised there was no lights in the forest that could lead him to where he needed to be.
What?
Exactly. So here's what ended up happening. So it's like 11 o'clock at night, and it was a couple of dudes that had recently moved to Montana from Illinois that were hiking in this particular forest, and one of them was like, listen, it's been like 4 hours since I've heard from my friend. It might have gotten bad. So he,
Probably
of course,
dead.
calls
Really?
the search and rescue team. In comes Karen Sargent, known as Sarge, of course, to her team. And 20 members of the Butte Bay Search and Rescue Team had to go through and basically try to find this gentleman that could be anywhere in this forest. Now, here's the problem. Number one, both men were unfamiliar, of course, with the area or the dangerous presence. So that, of course, leads to some more complications, right?
Yeah.
But aside from the challenges presented by the forest itself, it turns out what made this search and rescue operation so difficult was these two friends were lying to each other about where they were in the park and what they were covering. And so, like, basically one would say, hey, meet me over here, I'm there, and then he wouldn't be there. And the other one would lie back about where he was, and they couldn't find any of them, and none of them were ever where they said they actually were. So that complicated things even more. So the question then becomes, why were they lying to each other, right?
Yeah. Were they playing a game?
Kind of.
You want to play a game?
The gentleman moved to Montana recently because they had been on the internet in Illinois and heard rumor of a buried treasure that was in Beaverhead National Forest. And so they both decided to move out to Montana to find this elusive treasure that the locals believe is just a bunch of BS and everybody's tried to find it. And so what ended up happening was the friends moved there together. They went on this forest. They went to the forest together. They were going to split the treasure when they found it. But Big J, when they both got into the forest, greed took over a little bit. You know what I mean? And they're like, if I find this thing on my own, I'm keeping the treasure for me, and I'm not going to let my friend have a part of it at all. And I'm just going to say that I didn't find it. And they both thought that. So they were lying to each other about where they were and what locations they were covering in case one of them bought or found the treasure. And then they could keep it for themselves, you understand?
Early, right? Shouldn't you find some evidence that there's actually what you're looking for before you start screwing each other over?
Yes. Here's where it gets even better. According to Sarge, once again, Karen Sargent, the lead of the search and rescue team, she says, quote, I got to say, I am really tired of trying to find these goofs from out of state that are on this treasure hunt again. There's no treasure in these woods. There never has been. We have to search and rescue like 6 people a year because they go on this little dead-end hunt on this treasure, and nobody ever finds it, of course, and they all get lost, and then it costs money, resources, and people's effort in order to find them. So she's telling everybody, keep the hell out of the forest. There's no treasure in here, and don't get lost. Don't lie to your friend about where you are, because then it's impossible to find you. Good news is they found the 60-year-old Illinois man after a 3-hour search. So he's okay, Big J. He was a little bit upset that his friend lied to him, but then again, he lied to his friends, so pot calling the kettle black. You know what I mean?
Where do they go from here with their friendship?
Back to Illinois is my guess. But yeah, that's a deal breaker, right? Although his friend did help him.
I mean, they were both doing the same thing. They need to reevaluate.
Yeah. But you know what? Treasure makes men do silly things. You understand?
I guess.
I mean, it turns people insane sometimes. Money does weird stuff, even if it's fake money. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story, an opportunity for you to qualify for the X's Holiday Treasure. That's next on the X. Yeah, none of that fake Montana Woods treasure. Real holiday treasure, Big J.
That's right.
$10,000 in booty is up for grabs. We want you to win your share of it, courtesy of CBH Homes, Bi-Mart, and Skog Law. And if you want to get in on the action, you've got to figure out who finds their way onto Santa's naughty list. And then you will get qualified to join us at our big giveaway party that's going to be a whole lot of fun on December 15th. Details coming. And it's going to be a blast. And that's where all the prizes are going to be given away. Tons of different cash prizes, grand prize of $5,000, a bunch of other different dominations coming down as well. Or denominations, not dominations. But either way, a bunch of prizes.
Hopefully you dominate in the winning.
It'd be nice. Lots of prizes to be won, but you have to get qualified to do it. 208-287-1003. Big J is going to point out some clues that people that have ended up on Santa's naughty list. Figure out who it is, and you're in the running. Big J, are you ready?
I'm ready, but I don't agree with this at all.
All right. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, this is Jordan.
All right, Jordan, you're up first. Here comes Big J's clues for who's on Santa's naughty list.
Yep, this rock superstar finds himself on Santa's naughty list because he once set himself on fire on stage. Sure, it was an accident, but it still scared Santa, and that doesn't happen very often. Anything?
Which what was who set himself on fire?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the clues. We got a couple more here. Okay. He's also on Santa's naughty list because he sometimes makes people call him Papa Het, and that feels weirdly sexual to Santa. Creeps him out a little bit. Finally, he's on the naughty list out of pure jealousy. Takes a lot for Santa to turn green with envy, but being the lead singer of the biggest rock and metal band in the world will do it for sure.
Gene Simmons?
Not Gene Simmons.
No.
Gene Simmons is
Also-
already on the naughty list.
Yeah, also not a lead singer. So
No. He might make people call him Papa, though. Hello, the X.
Papa Simmons,
Papa whatever. Papa John. Hello, the X.
Papa Tongue.
This is Jeremy.
Jeremy, did you hear the clues or do you need him again?
We'll do it again.
All right, this rock superstar finds himself on Santa's naughty list because he once set himself on fire on stage. Sure, it was an accident, but it still scared Santa, and that doesn't happen very often. He's also on Santa's naughty list because he sometimes makes people call him Papa Het, and that feels weirdly sexual to Santa, creeps him out a little bit. Finally, he's on the naughty list out of pure jealousy. Takes a lot for Santa to turn green with envy, but being the lead singer for the biggest rock and metal band in the world will do it for sure.
Biggest rock band?
Yeah, metal. Rock and metal band in the world right now.
Dang, it's the first time I've gotten on with you guys in a while, and I cannot think. All right, biggest rock band for me would be James Hetfield, but I can't think that would be it.
Well, I mean, Papa Het.
Jeremy, here's the good
I-
news.
Papa,
That
I don't know
is
the lead
right.
singer for-
You're right.
Put it together, man.
It is
Come
James
on.
Hetfield. Way to go, Jeremy. Hang on one
I'm
second.
sure people are going to complain now. We helped him.
No, we didn't help him.
All right.
He figured it out himself. We just repeated some of the clues. But congratulations, Jeremy. You're officially qualified. Big J, you're in a very negative mood today, and I don't like that very much.
No, James Hetfield should not be on anyone's naughty
Listen,
list.
if this thing has proven anything, it's that Santa's got some really petty reasons why people end up on the naughty list. You better watch yourself.
Santa's going to end up on the naughty list.
You better watch. Listen, you keep his name out of your mouth, dude. Out of your mouth.
Give a damn. I don't need anything from him.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Congratulations. Another chance to get qualified coming up
I'm
tomorrow.
Team Grinch.
All right, take it easy. There's your holiday treasure qualification, some important stuff, and your pop culture smackdown on the way on the X Rocks. The important stuff is brought to you by Team Mazda and the pre-owned superstore. Getting financed at Team Mazda even easier now thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved. Not a single effect on your credit, so log on to GoTeamCredit.com today and see what you're pre-qualified for, courtesy of Team Mazda. Big J, we are at that point now where I don't think you're going to be able to trust any actual poll that is out there. Not for any other kind of reasons other than, these polls are usually done over the web, going for a particular audience. But AI at this point, according to Dartmouth University, has advanced so quickly that the average AI bot can pass every check for an actual human being on surveys with 99.8% accuracy. So those captchas that we all have to go through to prove that we're not robots, AI can do those now too fairly easily to prove that they can take part in anything going forward. And according to I know. According to the most recent data, it takes about anywhere from 10 to 52 fake responses to flip any particular poll that you're going into, specifically election ones. And so you're just not going to get accurate information from these things. Polls are probably the last thing you want to get information from right now because it can be, getting into pretty easily from the AI side of things. And that goes for any side you want to think about. So whichever one you want to talk about, there's good ones, there's bad ones. They're probably all fake or at least have been tampered with in some way, shape, or form. Because AI has gotten to a point now where they can figure that stuff out pretty easily. So I don't know what the next step is going to be to prove that you're not in AI, but my guess is whatever that is, they'll figure that out in about 2 months too.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
So maybe this could lead to a different policy shift with how we get our information from like public health studies or political polling or policy research or whatever, because a lot of that stuff a lot of times relies on understanding genuine public opinion. But these polls are no longer the place where you can get that genuine public opinion. And God knows it's not on social media either. So where do you go for that? I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I just have lots of problems, no answers. I'm America.
America.
Big J, Wallet Hub recently ranked the best sports cities in the country from the fans' perspective now. So they looked at 50 different statistics related to the 5 biggest sports in the United States. Those 5 sports are football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and hockey. And they ranked the top 10 sports teams in the country. I already have beef with number 10, Miami. I have been to plenty of Dolphins games and lots of Marlins games. Miami's a terrible sports city, but hey, whatever. Number 9 is Washington, D.C. Number 8 is Kansas City, Missouri. Number 7 is San Francisco. 6 Philadelphia. 5 Dallas. 4 New York. 3 Pittsburgh. 2 L.A. And number 1, Boston is your number 1 sports city in America, Big J. How say you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Boise did not crack the top 50.
Well, why would it?
I'm sorry.
We only back a winner when they're winning. That's not a sports town, people.
And we have 0 professional sports in this town.
Right.
That becomes a bit of an issue.
And unfortunately, like with the Steelheads too, it's like when they're winning, man, everybody wants to go to a game. But they take a few losses, and then it's like crickets in there.
Hey, we got other things to do, man. We don't have time for just a team that's middle of the pack, bro.
Yeah, I mean, real sports fans are like Browns fans or Jets fans. Teams that just suck every year.
Yeah, but those stadiums aren't full either. Nobody wants to talk about that, but they are not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. There's plenty of Jet seats. That was one of the big talking points of the last week. Maybe this is the shift, and that's why Woody needs to sell the team finally, is because the stadium is like 65-70% full. Big J, let me see if you agree or disagree with Jennifer Lawrence on this particular subject. Jennifer Lawrence, of course, one of our best actors. You understand that, an Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
Big fan of the stuff that she's done. She says the 2025 action thriller One Battle After Another is the best movie of the year, and maybe, Big J, the best movie she's ever seen.
She says it's the best movie she's ever seen.
That's what I just said.
Oh, well, I know, but you made it sound like it was the best movie ever made.
That's what she says. Best movie she's ever seen.
That she's ever seen.
Yeah. I'm asking you if you agree or disagree with
No,
Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't agree it's the best movie I've ever seen.
Is it the best movie of the year, in your opinion?
I don't know. It's a pretty good movie, man.
Yes.
I mean, it's up there. That's for sure.
She apparently went to go see the movie with her husband, and she cannot remember a time where she's experienced in cinema, sitting in a theater like that with other people laughing and oohing and eyeing at some of the shots and some of the things that were happening. And she has seen the movie over and over and over again. It's one of her favorites, and she says there's not an extra minute in it. Do you agree with that?
No, I think there
Big
was
J?
a few extra minutes.
All right. It does hold a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Of course, it is expected to be a frontrunner at the Academy Awards. I believe it's Morning After approved. Agree or disagree,
Oh,
Big J?
for sure, man.
And we do think that people should see it.
Yeah, it was one of our favorites of the year
It's
so
great.
far.
It's a great movie.
In fact, we tried to go see it again, but couldn't.
I just had this conversation with my friend who lives in a much larger city and was able to go see it yesterday in IMAX. And I was like, God, I'm so... Because they have like
Just
7
on
IMAX
on a
scenes.
Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless him.
And I'm like, man, it was in IMAX here for like 3 days, and that was it. And that's when I wanted to see it again in IMAX. But now they have moved on because we have exactly a screen, singular. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We have your Pop Culture Smackdown. It's next on the X Rocks.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Oh, man, a great show coming up here in a week and a half, I guess, or maybe 2 weeks, depending on how you will look at it. Saturday, November 29th at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. Trivium, the Ascend Above the Ashes tour featuring Harriet. You got Ginger, and, of course, Trivium. It's going to be a spectacular metal show. We want you to be there. You can get your tickets just by getting on the horn here and beating me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
Or P Culture Smackdown, 208-287-1003. is the number you need to call if you'd like to play and take on Big J for this concert that has just a murderer's row of a lineup. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
So if you want to play, get on the phone and see if you got what it takes to win yourself some tickets to go check out this show. Are you ready, Big J?
I'm ready.
Hello, the X.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's this, please?
It's Morgan.
All right, Morgan, you're up first. Morgan, what film had Jack Nicholson's character stuck in the Overlook Hotel for the winter?
The Shining.
That is correct. You're officially taking
Johnny.
Big J. Big J.
Let's go.
Jim Carrey once starred in a film, I would classify it as a horror film, in which his character was obsessed with what number?
Let's see. That was the number 13.
No.
23.
Yeah, Morgan knew.
Oh, good job.
The number 23.
Wait, I don't
which-
even know what movie.
In fact, that's what the movie was called, the number 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
skipped that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You
And
were-
everything was 23 for a while.
That's right. Morgan gets it.
That's why I am a fan of him winning this. Because
All
he
right.
deserves it.
Good job, Morgan. Jim J says you deserve it. Hang on one
Listen,
second.
you know the answer to your own question, and then my question, you win.
That means you have truly
Yeah.
bested Big J. Sometimes people are just lucky. Big J doesn't like those people. He likes
Well,
the people that know what they're
Listen,
doing.
that's not an accurate portrayal.
Morning After
I
with
pity those people.
Nick and Big J. There's your pop culture smackdown. Hey, our friend Des Rocks is going to call into the show. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks. What's up, dude?
How's it going, brother? How are you?
We're really good, really good. How are things in your camp, man?
Oh, great. I can't complain. You know, you got your life, you got your health. It's all that matters.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Well, hey, it's great to get to talk to you. Haven't seen you for about, I guess it's been about 2 years. I got to see you in Vegas for the Nitro Circus thing. That was awesome. That was one of the best shows I've seen. Like, we got a chance to hang out. That was an incredible thing. Maybe just give us the behind the scenes, because we haven't had a chance to really talk to you in some time. You know, where did that relationship that you started with Dana White, and he has you at all the UFC fights and he does all this stuff with you? How did that start?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We were opening for the Cult, and he's a big Cult fan, and just happened to catch the last few songs of our set. And I guess whatever we do musically really resonated with him in a special way. And ever since, he's just been this incredible champion and supporter of everything we do. And I can't be thankful enough for him. But yeah, that Nitro Circus one was crazy because I remember it was like 100 degrees. And every time I opened my mouth, like a bunch of dust and hot wind would just come in like somebody was shoving a blow dryer down my throat. It's always intense when you play a show in the desert like that.
Yeah, in the desert and in a place where nobody knows what's going on. And then all of a sudden, a small crowd gathers, and then a bigger crowd, and then everybody's rocking out with kids, and they don't even know who you are. And it's not important. You just do what you do.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to that. I'm often just like the person who just shows up someplace and they're like, just play. And I'm like, okay. And then we just gotta do our thing.
Yeah, I mean, does that make it hard to like take things on the road sometimes, or do you like that ability to plug and play and just kind of do what you do?
I mean, it's always more fun when you step out on stage and everybody just knows who you are and they want specific things and they're there for that show. That's really exciting because I'm like in the back of my mind, like, oh, I'm about to serve them exactly what they want. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do it as hard as I possibly can. But at the same time, it always is fun when you have a little bit of a challenge and be like, oh, can I still win over this crowd of strangers who probably hate my guts? Let's see if I can turn them around.
And you do turn them around.
Thanks.
They probably never heard a rock song in their life, and then they just saw you, and now all of a sudden they can't get enough.
Thanks, man. I spent a lot of time at a lot of VFW halls and state fairs all over the world, just kind of doing that stuff, playing to two people and then hoping that two turns into four. And if I'm lucky, by the end of the set, that four turns into eight. So that's always been my goal.
Des, we've had a chance to have you a part of the station for a while. You've been in here. You've performed acoustically for us. You've stopped by. We've seen you at showcases. So we know, like, how long you've been doing this and how hard you've been busting your ass to make this happen. And so sometimes, do you get insulted when people say, like, an overnight sensation because of the Borderlands thing? Because you know you've been working at it for a while.
Well, there's whatever the antithesis of overnight is what Des Rocks is. Like, I've been playing in bars to nobody since I was 13 years old, day after day, night after night. So much of my life was just spent trying to find somebody who worked in the music industry. in any role. Like, do you know anyone? How would you go up to people? Do you know anyone who works in the music industry? I would love to like learn how this all works. Here's what I do. Here's who I am. And that's not just like a couple months of that. That's like years and years of that.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I think it's really paying off. And we've got this land. How did this kind of come about? Did you write this song before Borderlands 4? How did this whole thing come about? Because it's pretty specific.
Thanks, man. It's a little bit of both. I was working on the album and then they reached out at the exact time I happened to be working on the album and they were telling me exactly what they wanted. And I'm just like, oh my God, I know exactly what you need. And I had most of this idea and this structure done and just kind of filled in a couple of the gaps. And that's how that song came about. So it was really love at first sight.
And of course, it's a perfect fit for the video game, which is out in stores now. But then you also released a video, which is kind of its own little thing, but equally just as cool. It's got a really cool kind of look to it. Talk a little bit about the thought process behind it. Was there any kind of plans going in, and that's what that was going to look like?
Yeah, absolutely. I was always obsessed with a kid, as a kid with these like big cinematic tie-ins, right? So you'd have like a song for a movie, like the Godzilla 2001 movie with this like incredible soundtrack, And to have that spectacle that adds so much to the music is really sorely missing today. So we wanted to make a video that, yeah, it kind of touched on the essence of the game, but also stood on its own as this kind of larger than life thing. And it's this exciting combination of both what the game does artistically and what I do artistically. And that zone right there to me is the most exciting place to live in artistically, where you're always collaborating and challenging what things could look and feel and sound like.
Yeah, and speaking about cinematically too. I mean, you threw down a cover, "Ring of Fire," which was awesome for Nobody too. So I mean, I think that's the beginning of you really getting to do some of these other media opportunities, and how fun was it that covering Johnny Cash is, that's a special place to be doing that.
It was really fun. It was really fun. It was a little, and that was one of the few times where I was creatively like a little intimidated because I thinking I can't just do the song as is, and I can't really do that. I think it's maybe like Social Distortion, like their version of it, which is a little bit more punk. I was like, I gotta Des Rockify this shit. I gotta make it so it's like it could be a Des Rock song. You know what I mean? And once that vein opened up of what that looked like, I go, oh, thank God, because I really didn't want to just do a thing. I didn't want to just do that. I wanted to make it like crazy. So I was happy I found it.
That's pretty awesome. And of course, you've got plans here in the near future. Another album is coming out. You're getting ready to do that. I know you got some shows on the actual agenda as well. I imagine the future looks pretty bright for all things Des Rocks, yes?
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's going to be a really busy 2026. A whole lot of shows. It's the longest I've been off the road for a long time. I've just been doing one here and there every couple of months and weeks. But we'll get back to full blown touring right around this record top of next year.
Is putting together this record like this together like that, having some time off, is that normal process for you, or is this something different, maybe a luxurious amount of time to be able to really get in and do stuff on the album?
It's very different, but it's not luxurious for me because I like to work with a lot of pressure and dread. And having things be a bit more open-ended, now I'm in the phase where I actually ended up writing about 3 albums. And this is the album I chose to put out right now for this time and place in the world. So when things are a bit more open-ended, I could get pretty lost. I could go way too far off and just write way too much and record too much and lose my mind.
Well, I was going to say I don't know what this is in the works, but we need for sure a headlining gig from Des here in town. We haven't had one in a really long time that wasn't surrounded by COVID. So that is that's something that hopefully is on somebody's agenda out there.
Yeah, I love playing Boise, man. I think it's so much fun, and I love visiting the station too. It's so cool. Like no matter where you are, you just look up and they're just like mountains, like beautiful mountains. Something I am not used to. I'll tell you that.
Well, we would love to have you anytime you want to come by. We certainly appreciate the time, Des, and thank you very much for making time for us, dude.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you guys having me.
You betcha,
You too,
man.
man.
Thanks.
Headlines brought to you by the Idaho Snowmobile Show. Join Big J and the X on Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon at the Ford Idaho Sports Center. That's right by the Ford Idaho Center for the Idaho Snowmobile Show. It's going on tomorrow and Saturday, the show in total, but it's a pretty big annual event that brings together snowmobile enthusiasts from across the region, showcasing the latest snowmobiles, gear, accessories from top manufacturers, and some seminars and demonstrations as well. So you're going to want to be a part of it if you're into that kind of culture. Saturday, Big J broadcasting live 10 a.m. until noon at the Idaho Snowmobile Show. Come on out.
It's really cool. It's fun, man. I'm excited.
Get your snowmobile on. It'd be fun. Headlines are as follows, Big J. That's something. Mystery solved and super bad.
Mystery solved.
Mysterious water was babbling off of Hermosa Beach, California. It's finally been identified as construction work for Meta's fiber optic project. Residents spotted some unusual bubbling happening this week, which sparked some wild theories about maybe there was a submarine under there or something. Maybe it was bluefin tuna. Maybe there were some aliens. Or maybe even whales were farting. They weren't sure what was happening at Hermosa Beach.
Damn whale farts.
The explanation proved far less exotic. The Rick Devine, who oversees contract work for Meta, says they are preparing to add a fiber optic line connecting California to Asia in the coming months, and the bubbling results from the air being blown through those lines that are going to connect those two countries or continents together, I suppose. Hermosa Beach issued a construction notice on November 6th about the project, and so the city did not mention offshore work that would be happening. That's why the bubbling was freaking everybody out. But it's just Facebook doing more Facebook things, Big J.
Yeah.
Nothing for you to worry about. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
They're just
I'm
putting
not-
lines in the ocean. You understand?
I mean, there's plenty of them out there.
Mind
Ray.
your own business.
Okay, man.
That's something or super bad.
Super bad.
Police in Miami say a 63-year-old man was arrested after an outburst at an assisted living facility, and it was all over soup. Officers say Osvaldo Nueves became furious when the facility ran out of soup during dinner. Witnesses told police he started yelling, then he grabbed a 2-foot metal vase and smashed it on the floor. When another resident stepped in to try to protect staff, that's when Osvaldo allegedly threw the vase at the dude, hitting him in the chest and the leg. You can't be doing that with the elderly, Big J. You'd bruise easy. It's like a banana.
Yeah.
He suffered minor injuries, but managed to lead the guy outside and then punched him in the face to stop the attack. Police say then Osvaldo went back inside, went to his room, fell asleep. Apparently, staff told officers he's one of the more aggressive residents they have at the living facility.
Oh, so what? It's Fight Club all of a sudden?
He was taken to the hospital and then booked into jail on aggravated battery involving a person over 65. It does not say what kind of soup it was. I wonder what kind it was. Has to be good, right?
Maybe a lobster bisque?
Oh, man. You think they have that at assisted living facilities?
No.
I don't either. But
Which
it's
is
still
sad.
had to be pretty good soup. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sure there's some seafood allergies. You got to probably make it pretty bland to make everybody deal with it. You're serving it for multiple people. So, yeah, it's probably a chicken noodle or something a little bit less exotic than a lobster bisque. But I tell you what, that'd be the nice assisted living facility to be in if they got lobster bisque. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Wrap it up with that something. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, Big J. Have you ever heard of United Talent Agency?
No.
They are probably the biggest Hollywood rep firm that have celebrities and, you know, everybody has an agent in Hollywood. UTA is one of the biggest agencies in Hollywood that reps a ton of your favorite movie stars in television and on film. But they've done something they've never done before. They have signed Parmigiano Reggiano cheese to their firm. Yes.
Good idea, man.
The idea was
Delicious.
put together by an Italian company that wants to see more Parmigiano Reggiano cheese in movies. And UTA is going to help make this product placement happen. They will leverage their expertise and their global connectivity across entertainment and culture to introduce Parmigiano Reggiano to a wide pool of partners in the entertainment world. So don't be surprised if you see like a bunch of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese show up in like movies and TV shows, because now that bleep's got an agent, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
And there is actually somebody making sure that this makes the jump to the big screen or the small screen. I'm trying to think of like movies and TV shows where having some parm in the background would make some sense.
Well, I just can't wait for them to force it. But you have to say it. You know, it's like a whole thing. It's not just Parmesan, it's Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah,
Reggiano? Reggiano?
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Reggiano. I mean, it's from a specific region.
Yes.
It's a whole thing. So it's got to be all of it together.
Yeah, I mean, it might just end up in billboards or something in the background of like the next Michael Bay movie or something, but it'll be interesting to see how this comes to light in the world of product placement, because we all see it. Like if there's a Pepsi on the counter, we know Pepsi paid for it, or if somebody shows their new iPad, you know that Apple's throwing money towards the production. So, you know, everybody's got iPhones in the Apple TV shows. It's all part of product placement. And now you're going to see some cheese in your favorite shows, too. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. We got your bad impressions. They're next on the X Rocks.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yep, and up for grabs here, we got some tickets to Trivium. Ascend Above the Ashes tour hitting the Revolution Concert House and Event Center on Saturday, November 29th. Harriet, Ginger opening up. It's going to be badass. So we'll get you there for free. You just need to figure out bad impressions here this morning.
Pick up your phone and dial 208-287-1003. That's how you get through to us and attempt to play a little game called Bad Impressions. Big J is going to read off for you 3 clues. Those 3 clues are supposed to point you in the direction of somebody pretty famous?
Yes, yes.
And if you can figure out that famous person in 3 clues or less, congratulations. You're going to the show next Saturday. You're having fun. And we've just made your weekend. Perhaps we just made your last in your next 9 days. What do you think about that, Big J?
I like it.
Hello, the X.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man? What's your name?
Brandon.
All right, you're up first, man. Good luck.
In 2017, I bought the National Wrestling Alliance, which is pretty cool since I love wrestling.
Vince McMahon.
No, not even the neighborhood. Here we go. I took a break from my primary band to start Zwan way back in the day.
Another one.
You don't remember Zwan, Brandon?
I'm the 6'3" bald lead singer and orchestrator of the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh. As soon as I hang up, it's going to come.
Yeah, he did.
That's how he works.
Don't hang up.
Don't say his name 3 times. You'll manifest.
That's different. That would be.
I'm drawing a blank.
Sorry, man.
Nothing, man.
That would be weird.
Oh, I know. I can picture him. I just can't. It's not coming to me right now.
It's all good, brother. We appreciate you listening. Thanks for giving it a shot. Hello, the X.
Morning.
Hey, did you hear the clues?
It's Mr. Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan is correct. Good job. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those Trivium tickets and make sure you're all set to go for next Saturday at the Rev Center. Hey, Big J, why is Billy Corgan in the news?
Yeah, now I'm not the biggest, Smashing Pumpkins fan, but there are some songs in there I like. This is really cool, though. Kicking off Friday, Nick, is the Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness run at the Lyric Opera of Chicago. So it's the first of 7 nights, and it's going to be Billy Corgan and a group of guest artists backed by the Lyric Opera of Chicago and orchestra and chorus, so performing orchestral and operatic versions of all of the songs from the double album, which is pretty damn cool.
Listen, you and I have both had the opportunity to see our favorite band play with an orchestra. It's something that's incredibly different live, and it puts a whole new element on some of your favorite songs. And if you are in any way a fan of a band, seeing them perform with an orchestra backing them is a whole different thing and really, really, really cool. Even if you don't like strings or whatever, it's just a whole different experience. And I think it's still one of my favorite concerts I've ever seen is seeing Tenacious D with the Colorado Orchestra at the Red Rocks. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it's something that the bands really dig too, because it gets a chance for them to experience their own music in a different way, and that's exactly what Billy Corgan was telling WGN. It gets to be really emotional.
That's right.
So, if you can afford the scratch, head on over there to Chicago and check that out.
How many times did you cry during S&M 2?
The whole time.
Yeah. It's tears running down your face, right?
Yeah.
You can't help it. You get caught up in. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We'll wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks. That's the latest from Ice Nine Kills, The Great Unknown. That's their Matrix song, Big J. A single mention of Kung Fu in there. Not a one.
Yeah, like, I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, feels like, that's a line they could have used. Feels like a real missed opportunity. But that's going to wrap up.
Whoa.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on. But that's going to wrap up the morning after with Nick and Big J for this particular Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Big J gave us a nerd alert today. That was awesome. Thank you for that, sir. We also had a chance to give away some Trivium tickets. That trend will continue tomorrow. We had Des Rocks on the show, our friend, Big J. Finally got a chance to catch up with him. Thank you. Make sure you check out Borderlands 4. Make sure you look out for some new Des Rocks album coming your way in 2026. We're very excited about that as well, but it does leave you with the floor, sir.
Yeah, speaking of music, Nick, Kim Thile, he's the guitarist for Soundgarden. They've settled their lawsuit with Vicky Cornell. And so there's some final songs there that have been recorded with Chris Cornell. And so he said, be patient. They're coming. We don't have a current record label, so we can take our time with this, and we want to make sure we do it right.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Are you excited, or do you feel like they? Because there's a lot of time we get post-death releases that you realize why they were on the cutting room floor and why they didn't make the cut or whatever. But this was for a new album.
This was for a new album. I mean, their last album was like in 2012. So they were working on it, and then of course he passed away. So we'll see. I think the fact that they're not rushing it is a good sign, but I guess we'll see. I do miss Chris Cornell a lot.
Yeah, me too, man. Morning after with Nick and Big J. That is it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Jason Drew's coming in next. Have a good one. It's ZX Rocks.